Hey, how you guys doing? Should be coming up here. Should be coming up. Should be coming up, man. I got something. I got something for my buddies tonight. My flies out here. It's funny, man. When you have the bug assault gun, the flies they show you respect, man. I feel like Tony Montana. You know, I got my bug assault. Works great on spiders. Hey Scott, how you doing? Dave, Brian, Mike, if you're still there, buddy. Well, Bill, how you doing? It's been a great day. I mowed grass this around 10, and then it started raining real hard this afternoon. We got a lot of rain. I knew I had to cut the grass, so as soon as the grass was pretty much dry, I went ahead and started cutting the grass. Some of my stuff's coming in for the kit I'm going to build. We'll get to that in a few minutes when it comes out there. Let's see. I guess nothing much happened in the RC world. Hey, Victor, how you doing, man? Work is good. Be careful driving home, buddy. Yeah, flying went all right this week. I couldn't fly any jets though, because the grass is tall. If you watch that Big Red video and the Timber X, you can see how tall the grass is out there. Like the weeds are up to my knees, man. Draco was going just cutting grass like a mower, and I took out the Aero Scout. Hey Jackson, how you doing? Well, Bill. Took the Aero Scout out there, man, and even the pusher prop was cutting weeds. You know, it was funny. Hey, Bert BD, how you doing, man? It's some nice videos you put out, man. But yeah, it's just been waiting for stuff to come in, man. I got some stuff on order. Should be pretty good. I don't have any, like big jets coming and stuff. I was kind of disappointed that Horizon raised the FMS prices like they did. But, I mean, that's inevitable. Inflation's going to hit us bad. It's not going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse until things change. Yeah, I couldn't believe my camera cut out on my Draco flight. I thought I had enough battery, but it died. There was about maybe a third of the flight, and then I'm gonna build a kit plane, Kenny. That's what I got coming. I'm gonna build a kit. Oh, I did order a plane Marlin. I'm gonna paint a Marlin up to play with out there on the field. I figured it'd be fun. It's something that fits in the car easily. When I'm flying Big Red, I don't really like putting my EDFs in there with it. I can do it, but Big Red is big. Hey Dave, gonna do a paint job on it though. Gonna give it a Fry special paint job. Probably have a lot of green. I think I got green paint. I see the green lid. I got green and yellow, so I'll probably do something green and yellow. I like green and yellow. I like green and yellow, yeah. But this is big. This is fun, man. I've had a blast. I got this. I don't know. I can't remember what day I got it this week, but I'm telling you, man, you just sit out here in the garage with this, and the flies don't even bother to come in, man. Or I pop them. Yep, I'll just pop them. Just bam, bam. There's one. Ooh yeah, scratch one fly. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It just feels good, man. The flies, they pester the heck out of you, man. And you got something you just reach out and touch them with. That thing works great for spiders. Yeah, we had a spider that was up in the corner of the. Oh, you got your 3, Kenny? That's good. Yeah, it's like, because Linda said I could buy a plane, so I just bought the kit, and I didn't go all out or anything like that. I was going to order either the 1.5 P51 or the 1.5 Falk Wolf. one of those, but I didn't. And I thought, man, I'm going to put an ARF together. And I thought, well, I've been saying I'm going to do a kit. I've been saying I'm going to do a kit for a long time, so I figured, well, heck, now's as good a time as any to do a kit. And I picked a board. You can see the board, that board right there on the table behind me. I bought that board to pin, you know, it should be long enough I can pin the wings on it. You know, if I do something big. Yeah, we'll get to that. I guess we can do that now. We can go to that, look at that stuff now. Let's see, I need my top loader, and I need to get this on that. I need to come back to this. I need to see if I can do this kind of halfway well. Come back here. All right, so what I decided to build, you know, I looked at several ARFs out there, and I decided to build something from SIG. You know, because I like SIG planes. They fly well. I like the SIG company. They're in Iowa, so let's see, SIG kits. I got it on the kits right here. And what I was wanting to build was this right here, their clip wing cub. But the clip wing cub, there's no, I didn't see a battery hatch. I didn't see a battery hatch on the instructions for the build. It looked like you were to, you know, like take the wing off, fuel it up before you put the wing on it. And you know that I'm not taking a wing off every time I want to swap a battery out in a plane. And then I wanted to get the 4-star 40, but it doesn't come with a cowl. It comes cut like that for a motor. So I figured I'll just go ahead for my first one and get the EP, the 20 EP. So this is what I'm going to build right here. And the battery hatch is right here in the front. That's the battery hatch right there. In fact, I think the cowl and everything is part of the battery. So it's got a nice big battery hatch. So getting a battery in it shouldn't be a pain. And it's got a nice wingspan. It's got a 48-inch wingspan, 1,200 millimeter, you know. So, and it should be kind of light. I plan on powering it with a 3S power system. So that should work well. And let's see, let's go out to this. And so I bought all the components. This is what I'm getting from Horizon Hobby. I'm going to go with a transparent yellow and a transparent green is going to be my coverings. And then I used the recommended servos, even though I got servos that would probably work just fine in it. I went ahead and got what they recommended. I figured my first time I build something as a kit, I'm gonna kind of stick to the instructions. And then I know I've got 2 socks somewhere in my bins of stuff, but so I ordered another sock, and then I needed a sealing tool because I didn't have a sealing tool. I've got an iron, but not a sealing tool. So that's what I got from Horizon Hobby, and yes, I used somebody's link. I guess you can call me a deputy. Then from Motion, I went ahead and I got the Dubro low bounce 2.75-inch wheels for it. And then my Arctic, I was missing the wheel cover, so I saw them for $6.79. And as soon as I drink a liter of water, I was going to make one for it. So I just went ahead and threw one of those in the basket too. And from SIG, along with the kit, the kit was $102, and I ordered some glue and some applicators and stuff. But by the time you price all this stuff up, you know, I mean, you're paying more than what I would have paid for the ARF. And I'm going to power it from, I'm powering it from Value Hobby. I like their G-Force motors. I've used their G-Force motors in several ARFs, and so I went with the 480. Which, you know, the 400 would have been perfect for it, but I wanted a little more weight in case I needed, you know, because sometimes you know, do an ARF, or in this case a kit. Sometimes, you know, you got to load the nose up to get it to CG. So I went with a 40 amp ESC. I might swap, I have some 30 amps, I might swap, it depends on how my weight is, because I want to try to keep it as light, the wing loading as light as possible. So I've kind of got a heavy motor and a heavy ESC, so I may swap that out. And I bought some extensions. And let's see, what else did I get there? And I picked up some of their covering. They had some red and white 1.25" square covering. So I went ahead and got that just in case, you know, that it's, you know, it might be good to do that. But So there you go. That's what I'm going to build. That's what I got planned, and I think it's gonna come out well. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's a kit. It's coming. It's coming balsa parts on, laser cut balsa parts, and it said in the instructions. Yeah, I've built an ARF before, BD. Never a kit. Yeah, I've done several ARFs. I like ARFs. My Sig Cadet ARF. I've had a pretty good sized wing decathlon from Hobby King. I've had that. I had a little Pilot Hobby PA-18. And where'd you get good covering at, Bill? So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a little bit, I'll do a little bit of a, build video. Nothing crazy on it though, or anything like that. Just Cliff Harvey RC. You guys, if you want to check him out, he does all kinds of cool things. Ah, Brodeck. Okay, might have to remember that, Bill. Yeah, because I mean, it's something I always wanted to do, and I figured, I got time, so. And I was kind of looking into getting I'm still going to do the, part 107 or whatever it is, I was looking at all the training material on the FAA site, and I went through it and stuff. But, I think I could swing that, I'll just have to study. I might get do one of the study programs and stuff. You just got to pay for the test. I did the stupid trust thing on the AMA's website this morning. Man, God, Tuco could have passed that test. Hey, JCB, how you doing? Yeah, it's like we're registering all these different things and stuff, man. It feels like, looks like, I know they're not as terrible as, but let me see your papers. You must have your papers. Yeah, you must have your papers. Hey, Terror, how you doing, sir? Oh, yeah, they're buzzing around now. Let them land. Let them land. Yeah. Pretty good left-handed shot, too. Used to shoot left-handed a lot back in the day, once upon a time. It's time for some Spike the Likes juice, man. It's pretty good stuff. There better not be no flies floating in here. Ah. Yeah. So I don't know how long it's going to take me. I know, I've kind of, I don't know, always been a believer about once you start something, you got to keep going at it. Hey, Jermaine, how you doing, sir? Yeah, JCB. I mean, it's like I don't know. And honest to God, if you're flying under the 400 feet and with an community-based organization, and you got an effing camera on your plane, and you're not selling anything, I don't know why they would ever pester you about that. To me, that's an overreach. I don't think that part of the law was intended for that purpose and stuff like that. I mean, it just doesn't. It's ridiculous, is what it is. But I read in there like one part that kind of, for FAA or law enforcement. So that tells me somehow they're going to try to get, the state and city police to enforce federal laws. And, they don't enforce federal laws right now, so I don't see how, they're going to enforce this federal law over other federal laws, except for, they're coming after, us RC planers. Ooh, he's on the handle of my mug, man. He's going after my booze. But so I don't know. So I did that. I figured, what the heck? Even though our club hasn't even talked about it, that thing, doing that. But I'll just be glad we get the mower out there, man, because the dude they hired my buddy Caleb out there to cut the grass, and he's going to cut it tomorrow. So that's why, you know, if it would have been, if the grass would have been cut, I'd have been flying this morning, man. It was perfect this morning. There was no wind. Of course, out there's always wind, but it wouldn't have been so bad. Because I miss not flying my jets. Yesterday I took out the F-15, got a few flights in that, got a few flights on the Arrows Viper. And I think once we get to next month, I might go ahead and even buy another Viper, because I don't know if I'd shoot one on my head. I've shot flies off my arm, and it doesn't hurt the salt. It almost feels like, I don't know, like, you know, like you ever had somebody blow something out of a straw at you, you know. It feels about like that. They're buzzing my head big time, man. I haven't got an air kill yet. That's going to be the next thing I want to get. Hey, Randy. I thought I saw Randy fly through. But, yeah, the emergency club meeting, what they decided to do, it was talking about how, you know, like people donated like about, I think it was $1,800, you know, that the 11 of us kicked in $100 or whatever we could afford. And so what they did is, one of the guys was just trading in his Dixie Chopper 52-inch mower, which isn't very old. He was going to trade it in on something with a bigger deck. In fact, I think he was going to get a deck for his tractor. A CB license. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's just like their website stinks to find. It's like they don't want you to find training material on their website. You know, because I mean, I don't see the Part 107, I don't see why that can't just be an online exam instead of making you go and pay for it. Yeah, because it's just like, man, when I was taking that, I was like, because see, that trust is not really a test. It's like, it's online training. That's kind of how the government does their online training. You know, they're not real hard questions. They get, you know, I think the big things you're supposed to carry way out of there is, you know, you're not supposed to shoot video for money. Use the Trust, you know, that the Lance app or the Fly Before app, telling you about that. But because I don't read anything they send out in an email. You know, heck, I could have 5 fast ropers coming down to get me out of the house, because I don't read any of their crap. I don't read anything the AMA sends me. Because most of the time it just makes me mad. Now, they haven't banned drones, but I'm thinking like, I'm just I don't know. It's all right. Enough of that. Let's talk more about planes. Yeah, man, my parts. That's what I'm getting excited for. My parts were supposed to be here this week, so I get the Arrows F-15 back and underway. I got it all ready to go. I haven't screwed in the repaired front landing gear, because I think if I get my new front landing gear, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all in. Just gonna put new gear in, and you know, I'll leave the left rear gear, old gear there, and put the new right gear in, and see if I can fix it. But what else? There was something else I wanted to bring up. Man, I got to start writing notes. But you get out, you know, it's like you have plans, you have notes until you sit out here in the hot garage. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Kyler, KBRC, man, he's put up some good videos this week. Hey, Tug, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I thought about that, Wild Bill. I forgot about that when I was there. I got a board. That board will work, and I've got some Dollar Tree foam too. So I was thinking, if nothing else, man, I'll just hot glue a Dollar Tree foam board onto my board that's right there. That's gonna be my build board. so that I can, because I think I can work on it in front of my computer in there. Hey Don, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here, man. But I'm kind of excited. My first build, a kit. Hopefully it'll go well. I know from what little covering experience I have making repairs, but I've watched JeffxFlyRc cover, and it seems like it's nothing you can't. Nice tug, man, out flying the EC500, 1500 on floats. Yeah, I was watching KBRC, Kyler's videos, the Tundra X on floats. But Night Timber X, he was out flying on floats, or it was a Timber X, yeah. But it's going well. Have I done anything stupid with a plane lately? No, amazingly. Like flying Draco, that wind was crazy. I know it doesn't look windy in the video because the windsock was soaked with water, and my little police tape streamers that I had were all. Hey Jude, how you doing, buddy? Yes, I've got all kinds of. I got clamps and sockets. JeffxFlyRc uses sockets to weight things down, but I'm pretty much going to build it with CA because that's what they kind of recommend in the instructions. And then there's a few places where they want you to use epoxy, so I'll use epoxy. But I don't know. Am I going to build a lot of ARFs? I don't think so. But I don't know. I enjoy. If it's a plane I enjoy flying, I think it would be kind of neat that you build it. But if you whack it in, you do something stupid and whack it in, then you got a little more skin in the game than just bagging up the foam and taking it home. Be like, no, not my baby. Because I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Wild Bill. It was the firewall. You're exactly right. But so I don't know. I'm sure there's some parts I didn't order. I don't know if I'll need any standoffs for the motor or not. But I don't think I have any to build it. But what was I gonna do? Man, I just want to fly, man. I want to take an F-16 up. Hey Dennis, I'm building the SIG. The SIG, it's the 4-star EP. It's a 1400 millimeter, a mid-wing plane, kind of like the old E-flite Pulse. They're kind of built like that. They got a semi-symmetrical wing and stuff, so they're like a little sport plane and stuff. It's going to power it off a 3-cell. I'm going to use a GeForce 480 from Value Hobby. It should. I don't know. The only thing, I just watched the way Cliff covers and stuff. He's done built a lot of nice kits and stuff. He's so darn good at it. Oh, you dog, you. Oh, yeah. Scratch one fly on my monitor. Now he probably flew right into my spike the lice juice. Nope, he didn't. The body didn't go in here. Oh, he's laying right down here on the workbench. Woohoo! I think some salt went in it. Probably salt and some bug parts went in my spike the lice juice. It tastes good. Hey Eric, how you doing? Yeah, man. I just had to get one of these. I was thinking about how to make it, but if I bought an air pistol and stuff like that, that's what I was thinking of doing, like buying one of those little Daisy BB pistols and using that. Just put a little screen in the end, and except for the screen will probably shoot out, the solid will probably fly out. Oh, tug! This thing works great, man. You know how flies get where you can't get to them and stuff? Just pop them, spiders out here, I kind of leave them alone, unless they're crawling on my, something I'm working on or something, then I'll squash them. But I'll just, you know, I try to leave things alone. You know, I don't really like being a killing and stuff, but you know, it's just like these flies, man. I've taken enough crap off them. Oh, we got another one here. Where you at, buddy? I love it. Yeah, they weren't in here. I was out here in the afternoon a little bit watching videos after I got through mowing. But so that's what I'm gonna do, man. We're gonna build a kit, and hopefully it's not gonna take long. I figure I'm gonna shoot a few build videos on it. I don't know if anybody will be interested in it, but you know, I think it's got to be entertaining anyway. See, you know, me never built a kit in his life. You know, done maybe 7 ARFs. You know, that I put together. But I always enjoyed making, you know, building ARFs and stuff, trying to figure out what kind of power to put in them and everything. But, you know, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I figure if I use that board, I can move it around. You know, you know, if it's nice in the morning, I come out here and work, you know, build. You know, I figure you build it in sections. You know, you build the fuse, you build the elevator, you build the rudder, you build the wings, and then you put it together. Then you cover it. You know, then you mount the motors. It's got blind nuts to, you know, screw the motor into and stuff. I'm sure I'll probably have to go ahead and get a few. I'll probably have to go to Ace and get a few bolts for this or that to match it up. But you know, I'm not going to be in a hurry on it. But you know, I don't like having. You know, I don't like leaving stuff half done or undone. It seems like, you know, I've always found out, you know, you get to a project, you get to that 90% point. A lot of times you lose interest for it. It'll stay at the 90% completion for months, you know. So it's just like, phew, you know, I've learned that you got to keep pounding on a project and get it done, then relax, you know. Hey Deuces, how you doing, Mike? Yeah, you sure got that Su-30 to rotate well. It looks nice. Hey Hal, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, man, that Su-30, that's a nice looking plane, man. After watching In the Tube Deep fly his. Wow, that P-38 should fly well, man. My buddy had 2 of them. He had the Flightworks from Tower Hobby, the one that was all chrome. Man, that plane, it looked great on the P-38, and then he had a flight line too. Yes, I have the Cirrus. The Cirrus. It's up there. It's right there. Yeah, I fly it. I mean, yeah, it's probably been about a month and a half ago, or maybe 2 months, Jude, since it made the rotation. But like Monday, if the grass wouldn't have been so bad, heck, I was going to take it out the Commander. I had the Spitfire, the Commander. I had my Hobby King 109, and I had my. That was the day I flew. No, it wasn't. I can't remember what I ended up flying that day, but I took all those good planes out there. But the grass, you know, was ridiculous, and I was going to mow the runway with the old mower, but it conked out. It was, I don't know. I think it has water in the gas, is what I think it does, because it was, you know, engine motor was running rough and it was blowing black smoke and stuff. You know, and I got it out the runway and I think it was flooded, so I didn't want to run the battery down, so I just left it. And I came back it wasn't the next day, the day after, because it rained, and somebody had started it up and drove it back and covered it back up again. I put the cover on it though, but I left it out there. Yeah, I like those serverless, and I was almost thinking of making my own bomb release with just a servo and stuff like that. In fact, I'm probably on the next plane. I don't know. The serverless releases are so easy, and I have like about 4 of the little mechanisms that you put in them to drop away, because I've had a lot of them go bad. So I have like 4 of those. I have two planes that work right now, the serverless release that I use for my banner tows. One's my Dynam Tiger Moth, and the other is the Valiant. The Valiant's my favorite plane to tow the banner with, because it's doesn't, it's got a lot of power and everything, but I mean, when you're towing that banner, everything is just, it's not on the edge, but it's close enough to the edge that makes it interesting and a challenge and fun, and that's what I like. I like the challenge and the fun. But man, I want to do another banner tow, but it doesn't really work well when you got crosswinds and everything, because you got to bring, because my hook, I could put more weight on my hook, but I don't want it weighted down so much, because you just got, it's more of a challenge. I like making it look kind of like scale, and their scale hooks aren't super weighted, they just slow down, and they got a nice bell curve arc down when they snag the banners. It's kind of cool how the banner planes, they take off. I missed. Oh, I didn't miss that time. Yeah. He was on the old Spike the Likes. He was on the edge of the cup of this. Spike the Likes juice. Yeah, you're not getting my bourbon, buddy. But yeah, doing the banner tow is fun, man. Figuring everything out, getting the loops right and everything. Yeah, it's not easy to. You got to get used to aiming, man. It's like the way my hat fits. This hat fits on my head, and they're all different. Is I have to look up a little bit. I kind of like it like that. Except for when you land, guess you got to look down, and I forget to do that sometimes, because I get caught up in the flight. It's like when you're, how when you're flying, and you're not thinking about anything, man. You're just ahead of your plane, and you're just flying and stuff, and it's like your mind goes he gets on that level blank plane, and then you got to remember to, do this and do that and stuff, but so. But I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking today, it's like flying. It's not like you're doing some superhuman thing when you're flying an RC airplane. It's just so darn fun. Yeah, I understand, Deuces. I know, man. Because those green horse flies, man. I had one of those in here. It took 2 shots to bring him down. It killed the spider, though, man. There was like I don't know what kind of spider it was. It was on the window on the outside of the house. And I had to go get a test shot in on the spider. But, man, it did it in just fine. I haven't got my first air kill yet. That's what I'm waiting for, man. Get a midair. Pow! Right out of the air. But I hear them buzzing around, but they don't, it's like if you were holding a fly swatter. You know how they kind of stay away from you and stuff. Yeah, I used to seeing, it's like one of my best radios, my little Fry Sky, that I use for my sailboat. That tells me it gives me my receiver bat voltage. I think that's funny. I'm sure I could set it up on my Radio Master if I knew how and stuff, but I got to get some more Kenny lessons. Kenny helped me out a lot at the Pilot Ryan fly-in. Yeah, that Valiant. I mean, people that don't have a Valiant, it's one of the sweetest flying planes, man. It's got a wing. The way the wing is on that is so efficient. I love that plane. In fact, if I thought they were getting rid of it, I'd have one in a box. Hey, Eric, how you doing, sir? Eric Hops. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess it is time for some more Spike the Likes. I mean, I had a lot of Spike the Likes. The only time I drink is on Thursdays when we do this stream. So, man, and that Elijah Craig bourbon is smooth, man. But the stuff I get up in Headland that I get from the distillery up there, man, their bourbon is good too. the Valiant is just, to me, it's like the perfect. I mean, other than it being a bottom feeder. I mean, I hate bottom feeders, but I don't mind. I don't mind because I've got a P&P, so I don't have to worry about, you know, getting it upright for ASX or anything like I do on the Night Timber X. Man, if they come out with a Night Timber X with this new timber top loader, I would probably buy it. I just like the X wing. I like the shorter wing because you can still do stall, but I like how it twists and stuff. And I know I don't always do that kind of stuff in the videos because when I'm doing stuff, I'm up a little higher. I don't, you know, I don't fly 3D good enough to take it, you know, 10 feet off the ground and do a lot of crazy stuff. I'm just not that good of a 3D pilot. I mean, I've done it with my Hacker foam plane, and I was going to fly it the other day when these videos that I got coming up probably, I don't know, I'll probably put the Tundra up for tomorrow, and then I'll start putting what I flew, you know, yesterday. I was going to take it out, but I saw one of the ailerons was ripped, so I got to get out my foam, the Woodland Scenics foam tack, and paint it. Hey Randy, how you doing, bud? Ah, you got your dogs groomed, yeah. Yeah. Tuco is funny. I mean, we've had him groomed, and we've cut him ourselves, and I mean, the grooming wasn't bad. You know the price of getting a dog groomed is all right. But man, they would put him in a pen for like maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half before they'd even get to him. And by then he was like a raving lunatic, you know. And they, you know, so we just cut him. We cut him. He hops up on this table. This table is probably like, it's a works bench. And, you know, when you get the clippers out, he's so excited. He hops up there and, you know, sometimes he's good until you get him cut the first time. And sometimes you got to do it in 2 stages. But, you know, I mean, it's just like, you know, because we don't cut him pretty or anything like that. We trim him up so like when he goes running through the woods and stuff. Yeah, I hope so, Tug. I would have liked to have talked to the Horizon people more at Jet Jam, but man, it was just so muddy where they were at. You know, I went around back. They had kind of like a work tent behind their show tent, you know, and they had a guy back there working on it. I went back and talked to him, and I got to talk to Jason for a while and Allie and stuff, you know. And it was, I mean, Allie's just, I think he would sit there and talk to me for an hour if I would have wanted him to. That's just the kind of guy he is. But yeah, it's, you know, trailer hitch on the Durango. I called because I was going to take it over to there's a U-Haul place in Duluth in Alabama. I was going to take it over there, and they were going to put it on for like $100 plus, you know, plus the parts, which I didn't think is a bad price. I mean, if I was, you know, younger and could do better on my back lane in their car, you know, because the bolt's on, I would bolt it on myself. But you know, and I'm sure there's a wiring plug as part of the wiring harness on the Durango for trailer lights, you know, so I don't think it'd be that hard to do. But the guy quit. The guy that does their hitches quit, you know. So the nice girl there was there. She said we'll give you a call when we get somebody that can do it. You know, I might take it somewhere else, but I'm not in a hurry. But I'm going to get probably a 6x10. I'm thinking a 6x10 or a 6x8 trailer, and I'm going to make it so I can haul planes, so I can sleep in it and stuff like that. Put some windows in it and a good fan in the ceiling. And I might do put a breaker box in there for AC power. Heck, I might even get, you know, put some solar cells on the top and get a lithium battery, you know, for some battery operated fans and stuff. Yeah, I could put an AC in it easy too, you know. Just so, like, Jet Jam, sleeping on that muddy ass ground again, I ain't gonna do it. You know, my Toyota truck, I would build a camper top for it and take it, but it's a stick, and like stop and go traffic, that stick would just kill my knees, kill my legs. I couldn't do it. And I don't think we want to go buy a new truck or anything like that. Or, you know, like Linda's getting ready to get a new car. I'm trying to talk her in to taking the Durango, and then I'll get a van. Then it'll all be solved. Just come down, come down. He's on my cup. But if I zap him, he's going to fall in. Come on down. There you go. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. I've drinking tequila with a worm. But if I shoot him up like this, I missed. He didn't go in there, did he? Nope. He flew away. I missed. He was on the rim of the cup. He was on the rim of the cup, and I thought I could shoot up. That way it would knock him up and wouldn't knock him in. Yeah, I mean, Tug, I don't mind. I mean, we used to camp when we got married, man. We used to, good gosh, man, we would go to the beach every weekend and camp. Every single weekend, we'd go down towards Nag's Head and camp. Because I was stationed in Virginia for 6 years. Man, we love going to the beach and camping, man. Taking the tent, the kids, the kayaks, man. Go out and do some butt surfing. It was great. And I'm not talking Navy butt surfing. I'm talking about your butt in a kayak out there going through the waves and stuff. Yeah, I thought about getting a laser, but yeah, man, you know, I'm just like, yeah. I can tell you who doesn't like this. El Tuco doesn't like it because it makes noise. So when I pick this up, he kind of, oh man. Oh yeah, got him that time. he was right on the side of the Spike the Likes cup, man. He's right down there on the floor now. Yeah, bug assault, man. Best anti-fly weapon there is. Oh really? That's nice, Bill. Mickey, how you doing, buddy, man? I miss you, bud. We'll have to get you back on again, man. It was just too much fun having you on here, man. But we'll do the Streamlabs because I think that's a little quicker to do that. Yeah, that's nice. You got a wizard to build, a control line kit, and 2 other SIG kits to finish. Yeah, it's funny, man. It was like some of the places we camped when I was, you know, my full-time job that I retired from, you know. Let me see. It was like, let me see. Sometimes like sleeping leaning up against the tire of a vehicle, sleeping in a chair under a camouflage tent, you know, because you couldn't lay on the ground. Laying on the ground was risky where we were at. You couldn't always string up your hammock and stuff because we worked off of airstrips. And you had to have more rank than an E7, an E6 to get in a vehicle and sleep. Yeah, Mickey, I like your hat, man. I like your risky hat, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, Tug. I spent a few nights in the mast too. It was because of the dust, man. The dust was so bad. Yeah, I had some friends who were Russian, Mickey. I understand. I know one thing, man. You never get in a drinking contest or a drinking match or anything with a Russian, man. They got like 2 hollow legs that the booze goes straight into. It's good, but because ARFs and kits, I figure, you know, I mean, they can raise all the foam price. I know ARF prices are going up too, because I thought about getting this Extreme Flights ARF, you know, I was thinking of getting an ARF, but man, they raised their prices up about $50 on their ARFs, the legacy ARFs there, you know. So I thought, nuts to that, man. And I saw Sig. I don't know if Sig's going out of business. I don't know. I mean, when I bought my Sig's Cadets Senior Sport, I called and talked to them. They seem to be doing well, but that was like 4 years ago. Eastern Europe, man, yeah. Yeah, I used to have a friend, man. She could, good God, man, she could drink like I never saw anybody drink so much. Jeff, you know. Then there was this Russian, he was a sailor. He sailed on merchant ships and stuff, man. It was pretty good. Hey, Brian. Yeah, I mean, Kenny, are you still in here, buddy? Kenny? Kenny? I got a bone to pick with Kenny, man. That's not just Kenny, but it's all the Draco, all the big red haters. Everybody that hates Big Red. I mean, if Big Red is not your plane, don't worry about it. It's not a high wing trainer. It doesn't fly like every other high wing. Trust me, it doesn't. It's a heavy ass plane, man. You got to be on the sticks, or that thing is you're gonna bust up those robust plastic landing gear. You're gonna snap them up like nothing, man. Nah, Kenny, I love Kenny, man. Kenny's a great guy. Lynn and I, we both like Kenny a lot. It's amazing, man. He takes a beating, man. Everybody picks on him and stuff, man. I just hope it doesn't bother him. That's why I try not to pick on him, because there's nothing to really pick on about Kenny. He's a pretty straight shooter and stuff. He's kind of opinionated, but you know, you get to be Kenny's age and my age, you know, it's like, I don't care what I look like. I don't care what I wear, you know. I mean, as long as it's clean, I don't care. I don't care if stuff matches, you know. I don't care. You know, if I want to wear socks with my Crocs, I will, but I don't wear socks with my Crocs out. You know, I just, you know, Crocs is what I put on. You know, it's like when I come in for the end of the day. You know, like I took a shower right before the... You're not getting anything, Kenny, man. I was just saying, man, people that make fun of Big Red... They make fun of Big Red, saying it's just like any other plane or anything like that. It's not like any other plane. It takes a lot of skill to fly Big Red well. You know, I mean, you know, unless you're flying in safe, but I don't know. I've had it in safe for like, I think, I didn't have it in safe for 10 seconds. You know, I just tested it. You know, I put it in safe. I was like, yeah, it didn't crash. You know, it didn't go walk over. You know, it just flew nice and level, you know. But understand, man, I mean, it's not for everybody. I got it, man. I got it, Jeff. I understand, man. You know, but I like stall planes, man. You give a shit runs out. I guess that's true, Mickey. Well, you know, I mean, because before we got married, I mean, how I did, you know, back then, you know, like tube socks with the stripes on them were very popular. Man, my socks never matched. I would have different socks on and stuff like that. I would wear stuff that didn't match. I didn't care. You know, it's like when I joined the Army, you know, like the golf course, you had to have sleeves. So we went and bought, you had to have a collar. You had to have shirts with a collar on it. So we went and bought Hawaiian shirts, and we cut the sleeves off about halfway, and it was all frayed and had a nice collar and everything. And we wore that over our T-shirts, you know. And so we were notorious for being, you know, the Hawaiian shirt gang, you know, foursome on the golf course. And it's like we were terrible, man. We would hit balls left, right. You know, because two of the guys were left-handed, so they'd slice one way, we'd slice the other, and oh, it was hilarious. They called us the Hawaiian Shirt Gang. But, you know, I mean, it got us on the course and it met the rules and everything, and they were happy. They just didn't want to get in trouble. They thought it was kind of, you know, Bravo Sierra anyway. But let's see. Man, I know there was something good I had. I can't think of it. Kenny, do you have one of these, baby? This is what you need, man. You need one of these, man. Because I tell you, after you zap a few flies, you got a few bodies laying around. Like I got this fly body. I got this fly body right here, man. None of the flies bother you when you put enough bodies on the ground. Yeah, BD. I mean, you know, I'm Jeff in Lower Alabama. You know, I like your tea there. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But you know, I couldn't see. You know, there's planes that I couldn't see paying for, like planes that I've bought that I've regretted. You know, I've bought a few wings from Horizon Hobby that I couldn't stand it. All right, Shadow Man, good job, man. Get ready for Friday night. Take care of them kids. We'll see you, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, I had a grilled cheese sandwich brought out to me right before the stream started. When I was out here, I had to do tests, man, because I tested it in the house before I shut it down. Tested it again out here. But, yeah, Jeff Adams, that's great. Charles, how you doing, bud? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you watching the videos, man. We'll make you a blue. That's just great. Yeah, it's like, by the time I get a video up, I'm sick of it, you know. I try not to, I don't edit out content for the video from the takeoff to the final landing, but Bigfoot, because it cut off, you know, probably got, you know, maybe 2/3 of the flight and then the battery died out. Or maybe not 2/3, we'll say 3/5, you know, or maybe just a little more than half. And the camera cut, you know, so I added it, because I had a Mobius underneath. I just added in some of the landings. You know, it was like that one landing, man. It was a funny landing, man. It was like bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. You know, because once I hit, I kept playing with I was playing with the elevator a little bit. But, you know, you couldn't see it on the camera because the streamers that I have on the poles, they were stuck to the pole. The windsock was soaked with water, but trust me, there was a good crosswind coming from behind me. And I hate that. That's the worst crosswind. Because you've got, you know, like as soon as you're over the trees, it's pushing you out. And you come down, and then there's a few columns of wind throughout the field that blows it over. And I hate that wind, because like when you go to, you know, the hand tossers like the E-Flight F-15, you got to throw it towards the trees. And it's like whenever you do that, a little kernel will catch it and mess it up. That's how I crashed it. I was throwing it towards the trees, and a gust of wind caught it, you know, and plus I did a half-ass toss. It's like, the videos you're going to see coming up on it, I only shot one video. I flew it other times. But man, I did a practice throw to make sure, you know, and I got it down low and did a full range up on the E-Flight F-15 and made sure I got a nice toss. Because when it comes down to about 4 feet above the ground and takes off 5 to 4. Oh yeah, man. The IX-20, Scott Settles, he was in here earlier tonight. He's got an IX-20. It's not the SE, but man, he was taking pictures with it and stuff. Man, I didn't get to hold it or anything, but that is one sweet looking transmitter. Squire Aluma. Nah. Linda's great, man, or she wouldn't still be married to me, you know, after almost 40 years, you know. Because I've done plenty that would have cut me off a long time ago. Yeah, Dennis, I think I don't know. I mean, it's a part of it. I think is a status, you know, and it's got Hall effect gimbals. But the NX10, man, I would have bought an NX10 if they'd have been in stock. Because Linda said, you know, my birthday's coming up here, and she said I could get a plane, you know, and I thought, yeah, I don't really. The only plane I miss that I don't have is my Bigfoot, man. I I don't regret selling that guy my Bigfoot, but hey Mickey, that's all. All I know is that yes, I'm going to replace my Bigfoot JCB. I'm going to wait for the sale. That's what I told myself I was going to do. And when I ordered a Marlin, I almost ordered a Bigfoot too, because I figured, you know, if I was going to spend, you know, what's the price of the 1.5 meter F Focke-Wulf 190 or P51? And I almost thought I was going to get the P50. Yeah, the Focke-Wulf. I like the Focke-Wulfs, but you know, I like the Mustang. Oh, I got to replace my Bigfoot, man. I love my Tundra to death, but it's not. Nah, it's not the one with the gyro crap or whatever, or the ready to fly is on sale. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mickey. If you're going to spend that much on a transmitter, you know, maybe go Jedi. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I think any spectrum problem that I've had two bad ASX receivers that Horizon Hobby replaced. The others, I think, were poor antenna placement, because I think that the, you know, the Spectrum, the DSMX, you got to do the right range check, or you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, and I don't buy Horizon, you know, or Spectrum receivers. I buy Lemons, but I just know that antenna placement is key. And even on the ASX, you know, like my Mustang has got the one with the one long antenna, and it's kind of looped. I don't like how it's looped, but it passed the range test, so I left it alone. You know, that's how I'm flying it. Yeah, yeah, Dave, I was kicking myself for not videoing. I thought I had that on video, but that was one of the flights I didn't video, man. Where I did that one wheel land. That was the greatest crosswind landing to keep the wheel towards the wind and be able to land it. Because I practiced doing one wing. Huh. That's nice, Bill. You donated it. Man, I wouldn't donate it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, our guys, man, like I've tried talking to them about, you know, like when they get somebody new, I said, man, I got an apprentice. I can bring it. I got the Aero Scout. I can bring that. And they're like, oh, no, 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 no. We've got this perfect first-time trainer plane. You know, it's got like a, I don't know, size, what is it, 46 OS engine on it, you know, and they took it up because it hadn't been flown in a while, and it went across the field because it's got dihedral in the wings. So any plane that's got a dihedral, you know, I mean, to make a turn, you don't use ailerons, you have to use rudder. And so they weren't using the rudder to make the turn, and then they took it across and landed it in the trees. You know, like when you see me fly, they put it in the trees way across the field. I don't know how many, that's got to be like 800 meters to 1,000 meters away, those trees, and they put it in it. I'm just trying to think of like when I used to shoot, you know, because I used to do a little long range shooting, you know, just, you know, not to be, you know, like an expert, but just for practice, because in case we needed it. But You know, it's just like, good God, man. And they're gonna use that on a buddy box. It's like, yeah, right. You're the instructor, and you can't even fly the freaking thing. You're gonna get somebody new out here. That's why they don't stand a chance, man. If someone new comes to learn, that comes to our field, it's like they got an old crappy trainer plane. Everybody's gonna try to sell them some plane that they're tired of. You know, that's got, you know, I don't know, heck, you know, what was before AM or FM. You know, it's got a Morse code transmitter, you know. Yeah, because it's like, when I was flying out of Eastgate Park all the time, man, it's just like some guy come up, you know, and I told him, and you know, that's when I bought the Aero Scout. I went back out there, I never saw him again, but heck, we used to have new people come to Toth. When I had my apprentice, man, there was a gentleman with his grandson that was out there. And I let the grandson fly first. I took off once, put it in safe, gave it to him. I said, you know, before we flew, I said, you just barely have to move the sticks. And when you turn, you kind of move the sticks in unison. And heck, I had him fly in intermediate mode, you know, after the first landing in safe, you know, and he landed in safe when he was flying in intermediate, but that was on one battery, you know, and then I did it with the same thing with the grandpa and stuff, and you know, it's just amazing, man. Hey, Ron for the Hills, how you doing? Yeah, because you know, I learned the fly crash glue method, you know. And if I wasn't stubborn, you know, if I didn't have that stick-to-itness, man, you know, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, you know, you beat me down, I'll get up and keep coming at you, you know, type of stuff, you know. You know, I wasn't going to let it beat me. I don't know. And I wasn't always like that. I used to, you know, give up pretty easy, you know, like in high school and stuff. But after that, you know, I developed that, you know, I always call it a death match. You know, I was gonna keep coming till I died, or you know, couldn't try it anymore. You know, I always called it a death match. Oh yeah, scratch one fly off the monitor. Do a little more Spike the Likes use. Bug Assault works great. It doesn't really hurt anything. I've shot myself with it. You know, I shot one off my arm. It doesn't really hurt. And it's, you know, like if you shoot something on the window, the salt falls on the windowsill, and you just wipe it off with the body and stuff. Linda's happy with it and stuff. So do the last Spike of the Likes, because that's about all there is one more swallow. Yeah, they had Elijah Craig on sale at the Class 6 store. It's good. I'm waiting for my first air kill. But, you know, so I mean, it's just like, and I kind of miss flying at the park. Just because of the different people, the walkers that would come by and say hello and talk to me, and their dogs and stuff, and Tuco, and, you know, they sniff butts and stuff. Shots? Nah, man. I had to Spike the Likes juice. I don't know. I probably had it up to about here today, about this fall right here. I only drink Spike the Likes during the live streams. Shoot, man, I'd have bourbon and a cigar every day. Oh, the extra 300, 330. That's a good one to learn on, Mickey. It's like one of the videos I got that does really well is the oh, what was that the green SU, the SU plane, E-Flight, the one they first sold. It was a 3D plane. Oh, what was that plane? Was it SU? Oh, God, it was a 3D plane that they first sold. It was green. And they came out with a newer one here a few years back. Oh, God, what was that plane called? That was my first big throw 3D plane that I flew. And I did the maiden at Frank Brown Park. That video has gotten like 12,000 views. I can't believe it. That's the first time I ever flew anything other than my Park Zone Super Cub. Yeah, I like Scotch too. I like scotch. I mean, one, I've cut way back on my drinking, so I don't have a beer, but maybe 3 times a week, and I only drink, you know, no, it wasn't the MXS Mickey. It was a Russian plane, man. Was it? No, it wasn't a Yak. But yeah, because when I was at West Point, there we go, I got him. The cadets, they had an RC club, and they used to fly Radians off a building. The Sequoia, that's it, Don. That's it right there, man. The green Sequoia. I was so nervous when I flew that. I was so nervous. But the cadets would fly, you know, because you had the plane, and then you had to drop down to the riverbank. And there was probably an 80, 100-foot drop off the roof of one of the buildings to the plane down by the river, the Hudson River. And they used to rappel down that, and they would fly off the parking, because on the top of that building there was a parking garage. So you're probably 120 feet up. They would fly Radians out there all the time, man, off that roof. And I would love watching them fly, you know, because my building was not too far from their building. And so, like, if they were flying, man, I'd walk over there after work and watch it. And, you know, it was just so cool. And, man, those guys would, you know, because they got all their scientific aerodynamic classes and everything, so they would build some really cool stuff to fly. And I just thought that was neat. But I didn't get into it at West Point, because there was an RC club not too far away from West Point. But, you know, like if it was nice out, because I had a sailboat, I had a 23.5 Hunter sailboat, and I had a slip down in Newburgh on the river, and I was sailing on the Hudson from May until October, you know, because I had another place when the one marina I closed or kept my boat enclosed, I put it in another marina until the end of October. And so all that time, if I was in town, I would sail. I did a lot of TDY traveling and stuff, you know, so I mean, I wasn't always home, but when I was home, man, I was on that boat. I love sailing. I've had a sailboat since high school, you know. I just got rid of the last one here, probably this spring. I sold my last little boat. But I'm too fat. I was too fat to sail on it anyway, so. Yeah, I bought one of those little Cox planes probably when I was 10, 12. And I mean, we went through glow plug after glow plug. We finally got it to run, and it went like this, boom, and it was all over. Nah, I never liked that sailing, man. It's funny. I used to fish off my sailboat, you know, because striper season on the Hudson there in Newburgh area. It's like you might have 300 boats out there fishing for stripers and stuff, man. I used to catch just as many stripers off my sailboat as everybody else did. Man, heavy metal, man. That's what the stripers like. I don't care. There's people say you got to be quiet on there, but my buddy and I, whether he was on his boat or we were on his boat or we were on my boat, man, we had the hard rock station on, man. We had the heavy metal blasting away, you know. And it's just like, you know, like, bam, man, the heavy metal and the fish would bite. No, Mickey, I never wore a captain's hat, man, buddy. No. You see the hats I wear on my videos and stuff. That's what I wore then. You know, I always had a hat on. I didn't really have a wide brim. Yeah, man, it's funny. It's like one of my jobs in summer in high school, I was working nights, man. So I would take my boat with me to work and then go to the lake after work and sail. It's like, you know, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times I fell asleep out there sailing and would wake up with the boat stuck in the shallow water. I'm surprised I didn't drown. I think like I tried going. I went to college full time for a year, and I was working nights and stuff because I didn't want to get a student loan. I think the most I mean, I would go 1 day, 2 days without sleep all the time. I went 3 days once. It was funny. The third day, and once I joined the army, I did 3 days, but you get kind of goofy after the second day. Yeah, yeah, Paul. They would have their concerts out there, man. We used to go to them all the time because I lived on West Point, and I worked at Lincoln Hall, and it was about a mile from my house. I didn't live up in the housing on the hill. I could walk right across the road and see the river, but I would walk right along the river to work and stuff. God, it was so beautiful. I never took that for granted. That's one thing, and I was there for 8 years. I mean, I think 6 years, because it was one of those assignments. They spent so much money training you to do what you needed to do for it that you would never leave. It was like you'd never leave. So unless the colonel got mad at you, then you would leave. And thankfully he didn't get mad at me until I was gone. But somebody did something and they blamed it on me. Nobody ever said anything, but I had these tests because we handled data, and I had these test scripts that I would run against the data to make sure they were all right. Because you could just run these tests, and you could see you get the same results every time you ran the test. And right before I left, I ran the test, and I saw different results, and I was like, oh my God, somebody messed up that data. And then they got to rely on the backup tapes. So then I left, and I've talking to them back, the people back there. It's been 10 years since I spoke with them, because I used some of them for a reference when I got my job, and I'm sure they're out of the army now. But my God, man, it's just like that was a stressful job. Yeah, that's what I like. I don't like causing problems. I don't like creating stress. I want everything to be like smooth. That's what I took with me to the NCO Academy, man. I wanted everything to run smooth. So Eric, Quinn, are you flying more? You get some more flying in, buddy? I don't want to be like Kenny, and I want to talk. I want to move. Because like Kenny, sometimes, man, it's like you're looking at him. He's like, hold this position for 10 minutes. No, I'm just exaggerating. The plane dropped. Oh, I mean, some of my banner toes. I mean, I didn't video them all, but I used to use tiki torches, literally tiki torches to hold the banner up. I don't know how. I've snagged those tiki torches like maybe 2 times, man. You hook that tiki torch and the plane just goes whoop. And then one time I was using chairs, like the chair I'm sitting in here, this chair right here, and it hooked the chair and it popped it in, just boom, smack. I wasn't running videos though, but well, guys, I've got my CPU, I have this monitor right here. This is my left monitor. But I've got taken stuff. I can do 2 trips. I get all the peripherals and the computer in 2 trips back from the house, set them up. I can be up and running in 5 minutes. But it's been great. Look forward to the kit videos. If you don't like seeing somebody build a kit, than just click on it, say that sucks, Jeff. I'll still be flying though, but it's just like, Jeff, I'm working on a Null in the Fall project, but I'm almost giving up on being able to find a nice trailer. Hey Dennis, we'll see you. I need a trailer. That's what I need. I need an enclosed trailer. There's a 5x8 that somebody's selling at the beach that looks pretty nice. But I don't really want a 5. I want at least 6. I don't want a 7 because I don't want it too wide. We got to worry about parking it and stuff like that. So I figure 6 would be a good, and 10, maybe 12. But yeah, Don, I mean, it's something different, you know. That's why I'm doing it. It's not because it's cheaper or and I don't even know if it'll be better, you know. But oh, I got a fly buzz in my head, man. I was waiting for him to land on something. Yeah, it's funny. I left my plate that I had my grilled cheese sandwich on the bucket. I got a bucket right there. I left it on that. You know, I figured to fly it. No, they don't land because they see the bug assault. They know I'm just as deadly left-handed as I am right. But all right, guys. I got some more videos coming up. I think tomorrow I've got the Tundra video. I'll have to look at it. I'm not too happy with the Bigfoot or the Tundra because just the way the wind was blowing, I had to fly high and I had to fly fast. And I don't like flying either one of those planes fast enough. That doesn't make sense, Kenny. If you want to put Draco in with wing on, get 7 foot. I've got a camera mount that mounts on the rudder, and I was thinking of mounting it on the rudder of the Draco, but I don't think I'll do that. I might put my 360 camera in the cockpit, but to tell you the truth, man, I'm so PO'd about how the 360 video looks after I spend 3 hours editing that crap down. It looks horrible. And I'm not going to buy the Adobe Premiere software to get a decent looking 360 video. I refuse to do it. So I'm kind of PO'd about 360. But I got to try. I got an idea of something I'm going to try. And if I don't go fly tomorrow, I'll try it. We'll see you, Don. Make sure you guys go to Kenny. Everybody will be at Kenny's tonight. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because I got to go inside. I got to cart all this crap in. And I'm going to hunt this fly that's been buzzing my head, man. I just start shooting. Let me know when you see him on my head. No, I'm just kidding. But we're building the kit. It's good. It should... I hadn't received a ship notice yet. That's what's kind of got me kind of worried about it. Mickey! You have a great Friday, my friend. Man, you got to have all kinds of little hotties chasing you, man. You just got it, man. Helicopter pilot. Hey, babe, you want to go fly in my helicopter? You know. All right, guys, man. We'll see you on Kenny's. It's been great. It's been fun. This is Jeff in the hot hangar. It's not that hot tonight, but it's humid. But hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Or Michael, how you doing, man? Mafia, the Roaring Top 4500 that I got from Sea Mafia works great, man. I charged it and I storaged it and I charged it and I used it and it worked fantastic, man. It's a great battery. All right, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you on Kenny's show. This is Jeff in Lower Alabama, baby. I'm in the hot, humid hangar tonight. Tuco is inside in the AC as we speak, and he's having fun. Bye. Woo, 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 woo.